Welcome to Straight Talk. 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 African President of the United States of America, President Barack Obama.
Good to see you. I just want to say everybody back home, right back at you. We appreciate you. You always give us straight talk.
We are here with one of the most fabulous guitarists from out of Brazil that I know. His name is Renee Calvin. Renee is passing through Chicago. Welcome to Renee. Welcome to Chicago, Renee.
Thank you. Thank you.
We were actually chatting in the start. This kind of caught me by surprise, but thank you so much for being here. Thanks for coming to Chicago.
My pleasure.
What do you think so far?
Oh, it's so good, so good. I've never been. This is the first time being here, and sounds like it's a great place. Great activities going on around here, and so it's a really good place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
all I knew about Chicago was Chicago Blues. Now, first time being here, so I'm having fun.
yeah. And you were kind of surprised to hear about our love for jazz.
I didn't know that jazz was so deeply loved in this city.
Yes, my preferred genre at home. And in private, jazz is where I'm at.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So tell us about your how you got started with music. First of all, what do you play?
I play. I start with the guitar, and then I turned to bass. So lately, so I'm playing bass for almost 8 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started when I was a kid. I was just watching people playing guitar and playing stuff, but mimetism. Yeah, started trying. But the first time I had a guitar, I took the guitar in my hands. I knew one song that was really hit in Cameroon at that time. I just played it once without having any
instruction.
Instruction. And everybody was like, "Oh, where did you learn it?" So I just play, and it came like that. So music. I didn't have any musical education because my generation, our parents didn't like people to go to try to become a musician or do one sport. All was a school, focus on the school. So music is just a passion, something that I have inside. I don't know. Now I know where it comes from.
Where is that?
Yeah, we were taught. Yeah, from my dad.
Yeah. I think you have a very special gift. The story about that song you were just talking about and how you just played it.
I just played it. Everybody, it was just a hit at that moment. And it was on radios everywhere. At that time, there were no television in Cameroon. It was radios, and it could come like 10, 20 times in a day. Yeah, Ashanti Tokoto here. That was the singer, and it was Dick Candish. And Dick Candish was the title. Everybody knew about this song. So once I saw, guys, in the neighborhood was playing the guitar. I was just watching, and once I had the opportunity to get a guitar in my hands, I just played it. Like I saw people play.
Wow.
And it was everybody was astonished. Oh, how could you? Where did you learn it? I didn't learn. It came like that.
Yeah, I'm so happy you're here. Your spirit is just off the chain. I love your energy and your vibe. And I know you're here fresh out of New York. How was that? And where did you play in New York?
It's club of Richard Berner, a great bass player, one of the top 10 bass player, music composer, singer. Is now managed by Quincy Jones, and he's got his club in New York, 52nd Street. And the club is called Club Bonafide. So I performed. This is my second time that I was performing over there with my New York team.
Okay.
Yeah, great musicians, and it was just awesome. Yeah, we had a really one.
I can see it.
It was kicked like the public was together. Interaction with the public, and Richard himself wasn't there. And next day he sent some compliments to me. He heard we did a great job, and we had fun at this club, the Club Bonafide. It's just the best place to be Best place to be, in New York. If you want to listen to some jazz and something, it's one of the greatest places.
Okay. So we're sitting here with your latest piece of art, and it's called Renee Calvin.
It's called Renee Calvin.
Yeah.
Renee
Cool.
Calvin, Brazil Premium.
Uh-huh.
As a personal story.
Personal story. Yeah. Well, why don't you share some of that with us? How big is your family?
Yeah, I mean, I was born in Cameroon. Yeah, from my mother. She's from Cameroon, Caribbean, the coast, the coast, and so as far I can remember, I was 5 or 6 years old. I didn't have any brother and sister in the home. I was in the kindergarten. Okay. So when I wanted to play, I used to go in neighborhoods, meet with the other guys, all the children, and we used to play. And I remember once after school, there was meeting, because in Cameroon that time we were going to school twice. Once in the morning until midday, and again from 2 p.m. to 5 in the afternoon. So during lunchtime, so I came home. The bus dropped me in front of the house. When I entered the house, I was so, it's 4 people, 4 guys and one girl, and they all came like, they hugged me. I said, wow. I didn't know who they were. And I said, afterwards I realized that they were my. This happened because when I was born, I'm going to call him my stepfather. My stepfather, the husband of my mother, he was in jail because he was involved with politics, claiming the independence of Cameroon against the French colony. So again, the French country, and we used to be a French colony, as you say, and they were claiming the independence. So he went to jail for 6.5 years. And in between, my mom was a nurse in a little maternity that was built by the American Baptist Church in Cameroon, in Caribbean. And she met with my dad, who was an American citizen, but background Brazil.
Okay.
See, they made me. He was gynecologist, obstetrician, and they made me. But I didn't know this story. I just got it, and I was already 14. I was 38 of age.
38?
Yeah,
oh,
38.
Okay.
When I discovered the real story of mine.
Yeah.
So that's why when I call it Brazil Premium, is now because I'm going through my really Brazilian culture, which I didn't have, because I grew up in Cameroon, and I came to pursue my studies in Belgium. So I didn't know anything about Brazil.
Wow.
I didn't know. And we used to call my dad, because he was my uncle's colleague. I don't know how we say that in English. We
That's
two
pretty
doctors.
good. It's clear.
Colleagues. Yeah. In French, it's confrère, not colleague.
Okay.
And it was a kind of cooperation. And we used to call him the American guy. I didn't know he was my dad.
Wow, till 38.
38.
Wow.
I had a confirmation. I could suspect sometime that something was said to me. They never called me the son of my stepfather. They used to call me the son of my mom.
So that
in
terminology is common?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Normally they call you the son of your father.
Okay.
I always they used to, and I didn't pay attention. I was a kid, and even when we really had a very hard time with my stepfather, I was fired from home, and I went to my uncle's, this doctor, and I was not even believing that could be possible. I just said, okay, I conduct myself wrongly. That's why I'm fired from home.
Wow. So back to this fabulous music career. So you're traveling now. How long are you here in Chicago?
3 days.
3 days. So from here you go to.
I'm going back. I'm going back to Europe, to Brussels.
Wow.
Yeah. Then I'm going to go to Paris, come back to Brussels. And yeah, I'm going to stay a little bit in Brussels this time. From the 19th to the 26th of November, I'm going to be in Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place? I mean,
I don't have any
although
favorite place.
You don't have.
Yeah, I think I'm going to think Chicago is my favorite place.
That's a good answer.
It's too new.
That's a really good answer. I
It's
like
new
that.
to me, and
Yeah.
it's like I have a lot to discover. So
Yeah.
I'm really like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in Brazil a couple of times. I've been in Europe, and yeah. So.
All right. So, what's your favorite piece on Brazil Premium?
Yeah,
Right?
that tells the story of my story, like Brazil, my Brazil.
What does Premium mean?
Premium is my.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Brazil, Brazil in my heart.
So I was checking it out, and where is it? Here it is. Didi's Swing Blues is my favorite. What's yours?
Oh, yeah. It's changed a lot. This is the first thing that the first music that I wrote was Didi. I heard that Didi was trying to record an album with African people on it, and I heard that information. So I did write this song, and I sent the song, and I called his her husband at that time. And I was an Egyptologist or someone.
Egyptologist.
Egyptologist in France. I called him and said, okay, I'm Rene Calvin, music composer. I have a song that I would like Didi to listen to. I called her manager here in the States, Booker Curlin. I called her, and she told me, oh no, you should call her husband, because now she lives mostly in France, but not here in the States. So I think you have a chance to send your music there, and she can listen and see if what she's. And it didn't happen because it was too late. At that time, Didi Bridgewater was in Mali, in Africa, recording with traditional musicians over there. So I was too late. So we couldn't. Yeah, I was the year 2007 or 2006. I wrote this song. That was the first song. So it didn't happen. I said, okay, I'm gonna try to put it in my record. And even if you listen to that, I'm saying, Didi, yeah, who is gonna sing this song that I wrote for you? Yeah, that's the lyrics.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I absolutely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Especially on the ride. Yeah, and I don't get to, just be the passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, very pleasing to the ear, very pleasing. You never did tell me what your favorite is.
It changes a lot.
It changes, okay.
It depends. When I start with the first song, I say this is the best, and then I go to the second and say, Didi was, priority the first song, but I think my number one was the title is Funk in Me.
Okay.
That's the tune that I wrote for my idol, like a kind of tribute to Mr. Richard Burner, because he got a song called John Boy, and John Boy is a kind of African, really funky thing, and the way he was playing it, I really loved it. And I said, okay, now I'm going to compose for but I didn't want to put his name because at that time I didn't know him good, and I said, okay, I'm going to call it Funk in Me, but while I'm going to be singing, I'm going to pronounce his name. It's just a kind of African incantation. I don't know if it's a word in English.
I got that. Yeah, African incantation.
Yeah, too. Yeah. It's kind of spiritual things that we're talking on. Yeah, with the spirit.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've met some just fabulous people. Who are some of the people you've worked with?
You mean in this album?
No, just in your career.
There's a couple of them. So I'm really lucky and blessed that I've been every time the right place, meeting with good and great people. Not in autumn. I had an opportunity to work for Patricia Cash. She's a French singer. Alicia Keys, Judd Clinton, Cammy Music on Broadway.
You worked with Alicia Keys.
Yeah, we had this. It was that was early Alicia Keys, early years 2000, and we had the opportunity to meet and perform together. And this thing, it was a festival called Global Peace Film Festival in Orlando, here in Florida.
That had to be fun.
Was, yeah, it was
yeah, Orlando is a party place.
Yes, it really was, and we did that in this how we call it. Universal Pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really big. Yeah, so we met, and actually I was also that time presenting my first funk project, the Harmonies project. So I had to and yeah. So, but she wanted to meet me after the show. But I was just, people came to me talking, interesting people. I mean, the president, he was the president or vice president of Universal Pictures, or the American ambassador in Senegal. Many people came to me, so I forgot that Alicia Keys told me that we should meet in the hotel afternoon. Yeah, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I told to my agent and manager, Charles Blass, wow, why didn't you tell me? So just I was, and we went back to the hotel, but we couldn't find him anymore.
I completely get that. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment, especially in environments like that. Yeah. So who would you like to work with? Anybody that you would, just. You see them perform, and you're like, man, if I could just get on stage with them.
Well, actually, my real dream, I mean, it's gonna be to have a record together with my idol.
Who's that?
Richard Burner.
Ah.
Yeah, the man is amazing. He's a great guy, and particularly because when you see his where he comes from, and where he is now, you can see talent is not enough. It's hard work, discipline, and so it's really inspiring to me. And he's my man. I could say also Al Jarreau. Yeah, because I've never.
I think you just missed him.
Yeah. He said if I could. I've been. I went like almost 15 concerts of Al Jarreau.
Wow.
And that was even of my 50th anniversary. That was the present people do, because he canceled the year before his tour because he got some problems, heart attack and things. And that year he was back, but not in Brussels, in south of France. So that was offered to me for my 50th anniversary birthday, and then I think we drove like more than 1,000 kilometers to go to Barcelona. And I remember he came, and I started crying.
Oh.
Because he was not an Al Jarreau that I used to know.
Wow, that's quite a compliment.
He was recovering from this heart attack. I just cried. Because you were my man. So, peace.
I completely understand that, yeah.
So, Wes Montgomery, if I could be in his time, he inspired me a lot. At that time I was playing guitar, and the first time I heard Wes Montgomery playing the guitar, I was, this is so, I couldn't understand, but I could find something really beautiful and complex at the same time. But it was so beautiful, Wes Montgomery, and in this record we have a tribute to Paco de Lucia.
Say that one more.
Paco de Lucia.
Ah.
He's Spanish, playing flamenco.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one who brought flamenco into jazz.
Okay.
So he performed with all these guys, Chick Corea.
I saw Chick Corea once.
Herb Hancock, and we met in Brussels. We met and spent I think a full day with him, and we played. And he said, "Okay, man, I love your music. When you're going to be recording this, call me anytime. I may be I mean, in another continent, I'm going to come because I love your music. But he passed just 6 months after that.
Wow.
That's why the 8th song is Paco de Lucia. And you're going to listen to it. It's really, that one I composed for him passing. It's really, it's a smoothie melody. And yeah, that's it. There are a couple of, they're all good. But
that's
but I have, in my time, we had Grover Washington Jr., we had all these guys. But I mean, to inspire me so deeply, I have three artists. I have Paco de Lucia, Richard Bonham, and a Brazilian samba guitarist, Baden Powell.
Just in the conversation, we can tell how versatile this CD is.
Yeah, this series is kind of, I've been mixing a lot of genres, a lot of type of music, a lot of influences, but in a very, how can I say, I didn't want just to put things together. I wanted it to be a kind of one thing, but including all the aspects of the music. So you're going to have classical music into that, you're going to have funky, you're going to have African music, you're going to have Afro-Brazilian, you're going to have samba, so you're going to have blues.
You're going to have fun.
And the title you love more, Didi Bridgewater, I mean the bass line is African. Yeah, and the rhythm is all blues.
Okay.
And the middle of the bridge is just a kind of classical bridge. So that makes it, and I sing too. It's one of the tracks that I wanted to sing, just some lyrics.
You know, I got to tell you, you just reminded me how talking to musicians that are very passionate, there's a feeling that you get when you talk to them that I really cannot put into words. You definitely have that. It's a pleasure, yeah.
Myself, I'm trying to, but so I apologize for my English.
trying.
I don't have the right words. Sometimes I have to search. But anyway, I really feel the music. Yeah, there's my genes,
Genes, yes.
genes, yeah, my genes, and that comes from my dad, my real dad, not my stepfather. My real dad was he loved music. Now, when I'm talking with my brother, Willie, I'm his son, normally, yeah. And he said, "Oh, it's just a pity that you knew that our dad was your dad when he passed, because he was we ate bossa nova, we ate Brazilian music in this house. It was always Brazilian, and the church music." Because he was the conductor and the choir in the church. So if he knew that, because I tried to play the guitar, my brother Willie, so I tried, but it didn't happen. So none of his boys could play the music.
None of them, just you?
Just me.
Wow.
But I didn't know him. When I knew him, he passed already.
Special seed you are.
Yeah. So,
before we forget, let's tell the audience, what's your Facebook? How do we get in touch with you? How do we get this fabulous CD?
Yeah.
How do we get that stuff?
Now it's the distributor is Brazilian. It's called Trattori in São Paulo, because the album was released in São Paulo. And I have my website, www.renecalvin.com. And you can also download the music on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, everything. And if you want the physical CD, you can order from there, because they have the exclusivity in the world. Trattori, international Trattori in Brazil, São Paulo.
Okay.
So www.renecalvin.com.
Okay.
And you're going to get all the information if you want to get a CD.
Perfect.
And next time I come,
Which is when?
For the
When are you
premier
coming
tour.
back?
I think it's gonna be soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the premier tour. Yeah, so I'm gonna sell the CD after the show
Okay, perfect.
and dedicate to people. I mean,
Yes,
to the
most
crowd, yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Renee Calvin, it has been a pleasure. I thank you so much for coming. You are a pleasure to be around, a pleasure to speak to, and look forward to seeing him soon. Buy the album at www.reneecalvin. That's ReneCalvin.com.
.com.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
good.
Thank you so very much. You're so fine.
I'm the one to
You're
thank
so
you.
fine.
I'm the
Yes.
one to thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, and we'll see each other again soon.
Chicago.